ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्तगोचरं तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। Up till 403, the past few shlokas had a refrain of निर्विशेषे भिदा कुतः, अद्वितीय परे तत्वे और निर्विकारे निराकारे निर्विशेषे ब्रह्मणि आत्मनि भिदा कुतः. How can there be a division in this Brahma which is without any changes, without vikalpa, has no akara, has no parts? So how can any division be possible in this Brahma which is me, Atma? And since there is nothing to divide other than this Atma, nothing else exists. Nothing can divide it. So Vishnu Purana shloka has been quoted by Bhagavan Vyakyanakara. Viveda janake jnane nashama atyantike gate Atmano brahmano bhedam asantam karishyati. Kaha, who will divide this? Who would divide this Atma, Bheda? Who would create the Bheda? Who would create the Bheda which is non-existent? Between Atma and Brahma, there is no Bheda existent. So who will create that which is non-existent? It cannot be created since there is nothing else existent from this Atma. Nothing else which can be said to be existent other than this Atma. 404 shloka says in continuation, Ekatme paretatve bheda varta katham bhavet shushuptau sukha matrayam bheda kena avalokitah. So kena avalokitah, avalokitah, who has known or who has experienced bheda, division. Where? In Sushupti. Sushupti is used as an example. In deep sleep, Sukhamatrayam, in that deep sleep which is only Sukhamatra, there is nothing else, only Sukha Swarupa, which is why everyone wants to go to sleep. Even plants sleep, animals sleep, birds sleep. Nobody can remain without sleeping because that charges up, so to say, charges up the life. The life ticks because the Sushupti gives that relaxation after the Indriyas are exhausted, after the Sharira is exhausted. And thereby the happiness which is there in deep sleep. Even a deceased person who has a lot of pain, that person prefers to go to sleep when the painkillers are not working. Somehow they induce sleep, and then Sukamatrayam Shushuptau Bheda Kena Avalokitah. There is no Bheda, there is no Sharira separate from you, there is no Prapancha separate from you, there is no Dukkha of the Samsara, and what remains is your own Swarupa, which is Sukhatmaka. So Sukamatrayam Shushuptau Kena Bheda Avalokitah. Nobody has seen Bheda in Shushupti. Then why do you say that it is there in dream or in waking state? Because that one, the experience of being one without another in Sushupti can be recalled in the waking state, and you can conclude that just like in dream, this waking state is also mithya, and my Swarupa is Sukhatmaka even during waking and dream. Ekatmake pare tatve, that reality which is one, the highest reality which is one, in that bhedavartha katam bhavet, how can there be, regarding that, how can there be talk of another, how can there be talk of division or multiplicity, duality in that singular entity. This is the 404 shloka moola. Yadvai tanna pashyati pashyanvai tanna pashyati natu tadvitiyam asti tato anyad vibhaktam yat pashyet iti shrutehe. Shruti is quoted. Brihadaranyaka says the same thing, which is paraphrased in the shloka. Yadvai tanna pashyati pashyanvai tanna pashyati. The Shruti says that in that Shushupti, in that Shushupti avastha, in that deep sleep without dream, dreamless deep sleep, na pashyati, he does not see anything. Other than himself there is nothing, so he does not see anything. One does not see anything. The deep sleeper does not see anything. Natu tadvitiyam asti, there is no second, there is no duality at all. Using this Sushupti example, it can be extended to other states. Tato anyad vivaktam yat pashyet, natu tadvitiyam asti tato anyat vivaktam yat pashyet. There is no second entity from this deep sleeper which one would cognize during deep sleep. And with that as an example, it can be extended to waking, that there is really no dukkhatmaka prapancha which can be cognized as real. Sushuptau prapancham na pashyati iti yat tat tarkika mata iva jadatvat na pashyati iti ma vedihi. Now the Tarkikas say that the Atma is like jada in deep sleep, that's why one does not see. That kind of a conclusion should not be drawn. You cannot become jada, because you can recall, on waking up you can recall that you had this experience of sukha, that you did not see anything. Therefore, like Tarkikas, do not make erroneous conclusion based on just shushka tarka. Dry logic can lead you to erroneous conclusions. Do not go there, says the Acharya to the Shishya. In Shushupti, it is not that you are jada, you are insentient, and that's why you do not know anything, but yataha shushuptau api nitya jnana swarupasya atmanah swayam prakashasya satvat, because you are existent there who is making that ignorance of the prapancha, as in lack of any knowledge there, is known to you. You reveal that as well. You reveal the absence of knowledge of prapancha, and that is what you recollect on waking up. Therefore, you have to be existent who are jnana sarupa. Nitya jnana sarupasya atmanah sushuptau api swayam prakashasya atmanah satvat, because you were existent who made that knowledge of lack of knowledge possible. Ataha yadi dvitiyam syat pashyedeva natu tadvitiyam asti, and if there had been another, you would have cognized, but there was none, therefore you did not cognize. Ajnana sattve api shakti shakti mator aikyat, ajnana sattve api shakti shakti mator aikyat vibhaktatva bhavat. There is abhava of division. Any division is not possible, because although ajnana is there, that point of time there is a veiling of Atma in Shushupti. Even if there is veiling of Atma, the ajnana is like Maya Shakti, it is a Shakti. And Shakti Shakti Mator Aikyat. There is Aikya, there is oneness between Shakti and Shaktiman. One who has the Shakti and the Shakti that the person has cannot be shown to be differentiated, can be different. Shakti is not different from one who wields that Shakti or has that Shakti. Like Agnihi. Agnihi has Shakti of Ushna Shakti. The heat or burning that the fire can cause, that fire has that potential. That Shakti that fire has to burn cannot be shown to be different from the fire itself, which has that Shakti. There is Aikya between the two. That's why Maya is not a separate second existent entity. It is Mithya, but it is one with Brahma. Thereby ajnana sattvapi, even when ajnana is there in Sushupti, Shakti Shaktimator Aikyat Vibhaktatva Bhavad, you cannot divide them. Otherwise you should be able to see the Shakti separate from when Shaktiman is not there. You don't see burning when heat is not there. Even when the iron rod or water burns, it's because it has fire in it when it is heated up. The iron rod heated burns, but the iron rod does not burn. The fire within the iron rod burns. The hot water does not burn by itself. The water does not burn. The fire principle within the heated water burns. Otherwise water would burn all the time. Similarly, this fire having that Shakti of burning, that burning you don't see otherwise unless fire is there. Therefore there is Aikya. Otherwise you would see it separately. You don't see the Shakti separately. Never do you see the Shakti separately. It is always cognized with the Shaktiman, with one who has that Shakti. Similarly, without Atma you have never seen anything. You have seen this Ajnana, power of Ajnana also only when Atma is existent, and Atma is ever existent. You are always there to cognize and analyze this. Ata eva tataha anyad vivaktam iti padadvayam. And that is the reason this padadvayam, vivaktam and anyat and vibhaktam have similar shade of meaning. But why two have been used in the mantra, Brihad mantra? Because anyat says nothing else is there, but vibhaktam, it says that even if ajnana is seen to be separate, it is not really separate. Therefore vibhaktam has also been used, and that has also been negated in the mantra. Ajnana upahita chaitanyasya sushupti sakshitvat. This sushupti sakshitvat, ajnana upahita chaitanyasya eva sushupti sakshitvat. Who is the sakshi there is with the ajnana. Ajnana is there in the deep sleep state, and thereby this sakshi, sushupti sakshi, is one who has this ajnana, and you know the ajnana, so you are sakshi for that ajnana. Tasya ajnanasya adhisthane tatreva kalpitatvat kalpite adhisthana bheda bhavat. We have seen that whenever anything is superimposed or imagined, it is never different from the locus where this imagination or projection is. The sarpa does not exist separate from the rajju on which it is seen or imagined. Therefore ajnana also, it is not different from adhisthana. It cannot exist separately from adhisthana, which is atma. Yadyapi idam sarvada samanam tathapi karyopadinam linatvat shushuptau sugamam iti shushupti avastham ashritya shrotru buddhyarohaya nishprapanchatvam atmanah pratipadyate. The Atma is free from this Dvaita Prapancha, which is Mithya, is so shown using this Sushupti example, although it's always free from Prapancha or Dvaita, because it is easier to understand in Sushupti where the Prapancha has been resolved. Otherwise, Prapancha has to be cognitively understood as being Mithya, whereas in Sushupti, Prapancha is not there, it is resolved. Therefore it is easy to understand through Sushupti. This is a sum up of what we have studied all along. Yadi kaschid jagrat purushah sushupti sitam chintayan manasa ajnanam vivityat tada antakarana vrutter eva ajnana bhanjakatvat tadiyam manah nishprapancha brahmakaram jatam eva iti tasyaha eva avasthayaha jnanavastatvat tada kevalam akhanda brahma eva manasavaptam iti siddham samihitam iti shruter abhiprayah. Says the bhavartha is that whatever sukha anubhava one had in Sushupti, prapancha not being existent in Sushupti and not being able to know anything, that is also known to you. Therefore Sukha Swarupa, Jnana Swarupa and Advaita Swarupa is known in Sushupti. This is our Anubhava in Sushupti. So if we are looking for Anubhava in Jagrad Avastha, we don't have to hunt for anything else. We just have to recall the Sushupti Avastha. So this is the way that one can land on the Atmanubhava, so to say Atmanubhava, that Sukhanubhava, by recalling this Sukha of the Sushupti. If we can recall how that deep sleep Sukha was, because we have that experience, we just have to tap it. Thereby we can land on that experience even in the Jagrata Avastha. This is the idea of the Shruti. This is what Shruti intends one to do. By the way, just I recalled that there was a question of the Patha about the state of realization where vritti, whether vritti is there or not. After the shloka, I'll take that. I just have something to mention there. So vikshepa bhavasya ubhayatra samatvat avarana sattva sattvabhyam eva shushupti samadhayor bhedat. Now one can have samadhi on this sukha swarupa atma based on recollection of shushupti ananda. See, shushupti has ananda, samadhi also has ananda. One who wants samadhi can recollect this shushupti ananda and have samadhi based on that. This is the intention of the Shruti. Then what is the difference between Shushupti Ananda and Samadhi Ananda? Really there is no difference. In Ananda there is no difference. So one who understands the Sushupti example clearly, for Manana he does not need anything. But Samadhi will give you more. It will give you more. It will give you Anubhava, that Sukhanubhava, without the Avarana. The avarana which was there in Shushupti is not there. Although Vikshepa Abhava is there in both. Both do not have prapancha. In Shushupti there is no prapancha. In Samadhi there is no prapancha. So Vikshepa is not there in both. What is the difference between the two? There is no avarana in Samadhi, but in Shushupti there is avarana. This is the difference between the Shushupti and Samadhi. Sorry. Atha eva hi yuktam nidra samadhi sthitihi. Atha eva yuktam nidra samadhi sthitihi iti. In shloka there is Shiva Manasa Puja. In Shiva Manasa Puja, in the end it is the walking itself is pradakshina. There is a Manasa Puja of Shiva in which one line is Nidra Samadhi Sthitihi. Nidra is Samadhi. Nidra itself is Samadhi Sthitihi. With this into consideration, it has been said, a person who understands that Atma Sukha is the Anubhava in Shushupti and that is my real Swarupa, nothing else exists from that, that is Samadhi. One who knows that when one looks forward to going to deep sleep, one is looking forward to Samadhi. So although there in Manasa Puja it is saying that just walking my entire life, whatever walk I have had, that is your pradakshina, says this is a bhava, this is the manasika bhava of the sadhaka, and he is talking to Shiva that whatever I am doing, this is pradakshina to you, because Shiva is Atma. Where are you going around? The Sharira is around you. So walking is like walking around you, who is Shiva, auspicious, and Shiva as Ishvara and you as Atma. There is Aikya. So this walking around anywhere and this entire prapancha, you are walking around something or the other, that everything is Shiva. So that is pradakshina. And thereby when I go to sleep, that is Samadhi. This is the shloka quoted. Idam vachanam jagrata purushena sukhamai shushuptihi chiram chintyate chet tasya samadhi bhavati iti abhiprayane eva. And finally concludes this section where he is saying, section in the Vyakhyana, where he is saying the Shushupti use, what is the use of Shushupti? Not only to relax a person, that is for the masses, for everyone, but for a sadhaka, the Shushupti Anubhava can be tapped in waking, and that will lead to Samadhi. This is the Abhipraya, this is the idea. If a person can recall this Sushupti, continuously one can recall this Sushupti Ananda and remain there, that itself will lead to Samadhi. And with this Jnana of Aikya, that Samadhi will do Vasana Kshaya as well. तथा च एकात्मके परे तत्त्वे भेदवार्ता इत्यनेन भेदौ नैव अस्ति तद्वार्तापि कथं भवेत् विकाराकार विशेषाभावात् यदा ह्येवैष एतस्मिन् न दृश्यात् नात्मे निरुक्ते निलयने भयं प्रतिष्ठां विन्दते अतसो भयं गतो भवति यत्र नान्यत् पश्यति नान्यत् शृणोति नान्यद् विजानाति स भूमा इति श्रुतेः. So two shrutis have been quoted as to why in this, regarding this ekatma tattva, in this atma where there is no bheda possible, how can there be discussion of this varta of this? How can there be talk of difference? All that talk of difference is for vyavahara. It is not really so in the atma. There is no difference in this atma. So whatever talk about this prapancha is there, that cannot be because there is no division at all in this atma, which is in the form of everything. It is one homogeneous entity. Everything is just mere appearance. Therefore varta api katham bhavet vikara akara vishesha bhava. There is no vikara, there is no change, there is no form, there is no division possible as differences between form, because there is no form and there is no division possible in atma. For that Taittiriya Shruti says yada hi evaisha eva esha etasmin adrishye anatmye anirukte anilayane abhayam pratishtam vindate atha saha abhayam gataha bhavati. When this person sees no division in this atma, which has no division, one does not see any division at all, because there is no division. Thereby what will happen is that in that state of samadhi, which itself is that samadhi on the abhaya brahma, on abhaya brahma there is samadhi, and thereby that which cannot be cognized, that abhaya brahma which cannot be cognized, which has no body. So anatma is asharire, in that asharire which has no particulars are possible, and which does not need any support, which is a support for everything which is mithya, but that itself does not have any anilayane, it does not have any support, it has its own satta. Abhayam pratishtam vindate. Thereby one taps that abhayatvam of Brahma, because one is Brahma. Once one understands that Brahma Swarupa is Atma Swarupa, then thereby he gets that abhaya, athasa abhayam gato bhavati, he will become fearless. Dvitiyadvai bhayam bhavati. Once advitiyam tattva is known, one's own Swarupa, then there cannot be bhaya. Yatra nanyat pashyati nanyat shrunoti. All that we have seen earlier as well. In which realized state one does not, in which samadhi here, in this case samadhi, one does not see anything else, does not hear anything else, does not know anything else. That Brahma is one's own Swarupa. Iti shrutehe yadi bheda syat shushuptau avalokyeta. Had there been bheda, one would see in Shushupti also, it would never go away. Since it has gone away, it has been sublated in Shushupti, therefore bheda is not there, prapancha is not there. Yadi ajnanam na kinchid avedisham iti Shushuptau bhinnam uchyeta tasyapi jnanamatrayam samadhyavastayam dagdatvat na satyatvam iti ajnanasya tatkaryanam cha atyantan nashtatvat adavante chennasti vartamanepi tattatha इत्युक्त्या नास्ति नासीत् न भविष्यति इति त्रैलौकिक निषेध प्रतियोगित्व रूपं मिथ्यात्वं सिद्धम् इति भावः. Finally he concludes by what is this mithyatvam so far. Earlier it was said badatvam mithyatvam, badayogyatvam mithyatvam. Whatever can be sublated, negated, is mithya. Other than atma, everything can be negated, therefore everything is mithya. This was the definition of mithyatvam. Now he says there is another possibility of understanding mithyatvam at this stage, when one has experienced samadhi and knows that prapancha is not really existent at all. Not only there is badha, he says what? Yadi ajnanam na kinchid avedisham iti sushupto bhinnam ityuccheta. If one were to say that ajnana is separate because I know during sushupti that nothing existed, that Atma Swarupa was not known to me because of that veil, if I consider that in sushupti avastha, thereby say ajnana is separately existent, bhinnam, tasyapi jnanamatrayam samadhyavasthayam. That ajnana also resolves when one has knowledge and goes to samadhi. In that jnana avastha samadhi, there is no ajnana. Avarana is also gone, therefore this ajnana not being there, samadhyavasthayam dagdatvat, that through jnana it has been burnt. Thereby ajnana not being there, na sattvam, na satyatvam, tasya ajnanasya satyatvam nasti. Ajnana na satyatvam iti ajnanasya tatkaryanam cha atyantam nashtatvat. They have completely been destroyed. With the root, the ajnana karya has been destroyed. Ajnana and ajnana karya are completely destroyed. And we have seen earlier, only up to certain extent one has to do mithyatva nischaya. After that mithyatva nischaya, forget doing it actively, it is not even possible, because prapancha is not cognized separately at all. If it is not cognized separately, for a highest jnani, we are not talking that this is an experience of everyone. Please note this. Landing into that question we took off the class, but one has to know that not every jnani's experience is same, because jnani's experience varies. Although jnana is the same, the sthirata varies based on the obstacles which are there. Therefore, gradations among jnanis. There are 7 gradations which were mentioned. Only the 7th gradation was mentioned. The Saptami Bhumika was mentioned by Bhagavan Vyakhyanakara. That is the highest jnani who is completely absorbed in samadhi all the time. He does not know prapancha at all. For that kind of person, or when that jnani stays there at that moment, even this one who is in the 6th stage or 5th stage, one who is absorbed in samadhi at that duration, at least during duration that one is absorbed in samadhi, that time prapancha is not there. So we are looking at only during that samadhi, prapancha being completely non-existent with its karana ajnana also. So ajnanasya tatkaryanam cha atyantam nashtatvat, since it is completely destroyed with its karya ajnana, and thereby even if you come out of samadhi and you see ajnana is there, that ajnana which goes away in samadhi, adavante chayannasti vartamane api tathata. You have to use tarka there. One who is not at the saptami bhumika, he has to use tarka, saying that whatever was not there in the beginning means srishte prak, we can take for Brahma, although ajnana is anadi, from Brahma perspective we can say that he wields maya. Maya is used as Shakti, and that point of time before Srishti, this prapancha was what? This prapancha was nothing but sadrupa. Ekameva asit. Advitiyam. Thereby we can say Adau Nasti, and then Ante Nasti. Ante in the sense, in Samadhi, in the end it is not there. One who has understood the Vedanta Tattva as Aham Brahmasmi and then has done manana on it, Nididhyasana Siddha, then for that Jnani, Ante also, Ajnana Karya is not there. Thereby Adau and Ante cha Yat Nasti, that which is not there, this Prapancha and Ajnana, it's Ajnana and its Karya, or Prapancha and its Karana Ajnana, not there. Vartamanyapi Tattata, that is not as good as not there even now. Iti uktya nasti. So this is Mandukya Karika. Bhagavan Gaudapadacharya says this shloka, through this Karika shloka, he says Adavante chennasti vartamane api tattatha. Ityuktya nasti nasit na bhavishyati. Thereby what should be the conclusion? Ajnana was not there, it is not there, and it will not be there. Nasti is not there, nasit was not there, na bhavishyati will never be there. iti trailokika nisheda pratiyogitva rupa mithyatvam siddham. What is this mithyatvam now which has been established? Iti bhavaha. This is the idea that the mithyatvam now can be understood as trailokika nisheda pratiyogitva rupam, that which is negated in all three periods of time. That is this mithyatvam. So badhayogyatvam was which can be negated. Now this is which has been negated in all three periods of time. That is this mithyatvam. So that's 404 shloka. So I'll just mention that the question which was there, as for a jnani there is no vritti. See, jnana takes place through jnana vritti. What is the role of jnana vritti? So elsewhere in Dakshinamurti Vyakhyana, Dakshinamurti Stotra Tika, Laghu Tattva Sudha, and even in Manasollasa, the question is, maybe not in Manasolla, but the question is, in one of the Tikas at least, the question is as to, the Purva Pakshi asks as to your jnana is consciousness. Jnana is consciousness. Satyam Jnanam Anantam is consciousness. That jnanam in Satyam Jnanam Anantam is consciousness. That consciousness is not opposed to anything. And if you have studied Vedanta Paribhasha, Vedanta Paribhasha says what is this jnana, any jnana vritti that takes place also, what is that really? In Vedanta, that is nothing but consciousness. Consciousness is vrittyatmaka, it becomes, that is the content of the vritti is really consciousness there. Now, if consciousness is not opposed to anything including ajnana, how can you have ghata jnana, pata jnana or any jnana, atma jnana, leading to atma jnana also? There the answer is given is that jnana which is vrittyatmaka, consciousness which is the content of the vritti, that jnana is opposed. Although consciousness is not opposed to ajnana, jnana vrittyatmaka, that vritti, jnana which is vritti rupa, that vritti rupa jnana has opposition to ajnana. It is opposite, it opposes and negates, removes. If when it is strong, it removes that ajnana. Thereby what will happen? That jnana vritti has to take place for atma jnana to take place. Atma jnana is nothing but that atma jnana which takes away ajnana of atma. Thereby what remains is Shuddha Brahmatma. When we take an example of a jnani, what is this? Who is this realized? The realized is one who has had Brahmakara vritti and it has removed ajnana completely. Not a glimpse. So when this Brahmakara vritti takes place, that time there is vritti. Now the question is, this vritti is kshanika. This vritti is kshanika and it will go away. This is accepted by other darshanas. Now Vedanta says that the vritti, any vritti that is taking place for anyone, in any vritti, Vedanta darshana says technically, this is a technical difference, that vritti has to be replaced by another vritti. So long it is not continuous series of vrittis. It is not a series of vrittis, it is a single vritti which will be replaced by another. So Ashwa vritti will be replaced by Go vritti. When a person is seeing a horse, that the vritti of the horse will be there. As long, it will not be kshanika, as in the way others say it is kshanika, we will say it is a single vritti. We will not talk about multiple vrittis because we don't need it. So we say that there is a single vritti which will be replaced by by a Go vritti when the Go comes in front of you. If a cow passes by, when you are looking at a horse and the cow passes by in front of you, then the cow vritti, Go vritti, will replace the Ashwa vritti, the vritti of the horse. Till then, till the cow didn't pass by and you didn't see the cow, so long. This is an example. Of course, multiple vrittis are taking place, but an example is given that when or ghata vritti, pata vritti. So ghata pata vritti, the difference is the ghata and the pata. If you cover the pot with the cloth, as long as you are seeing the pot vritti, ghata vritti was one. It was replaced by pata vritti. So there is something needed to replace. So what happens for a jnani in Vedanta is when there is Brahmakara vritti, as long as there is no other vritti, this vritti remains. The vritti remains as long as there is Brahmakara vritti and the mind is absorbed in that only. There is manana only on that tattva where there is this Brahmakara vritti and nothing else is there. Nothing other is thought about by the mind. So long this Brahmakara vritti would be there. Once someone starts thinking, that jnani starts thinking of something else and some other thought comes in, then this thought is broken. This vritti is broken and there is another vritti. However, in samadhi stage, what happens is that saptami bhumika, one who has attained that saptami bhumika, there not only that vritti takes place, but that vritti is resolved. That vritti is resolved because this samadhi is yoga chitta vritti nirodha. That Brahmakara vritti is also resolved. So there is a technical difference, that they saying that there is only Brahmakara vritti, nothing else is there, versus that vritti is resolved in samadhi. In nididhyasana, the jnani who is in nididhyasana or jnani who is dealing with the prapancha can have other vrittis. But he knows that all these are mithya. This is at a different stage. A jnani who is not interacting with the prapancha, who is in nididhyasana, for him there can be one single vritti, Brahmakara vritti. It can keep on coming and going. It can be kshanika, there can be vritti after vritti. All this is possible. He may have to do mithyatva nischaya based on what kind of vasanas he has. There can be mithyatva nischaya needed, dosha darshana needed, and thereby withdrawal. So vasana kshaya is being practiced. Manonasha is being practiced. At that stage, vritti can keep on coming and going because it is being replaced by other vrittis. He has to handle those other vrittis as well. Then at the stage at saptami bhumika, which is talked, where the person not only goes in samadhi, see, at earlier stages the person goes in samadhi, he needs to be woken up by others. He cannot come out on his own. In one stage he can come out on his own, in another stage he cannot come out on his own, somebody has to bring him out. Then in the last stage, neither can he come out on his own nor can someone bring him out. That is the saptami bhumika, which was seen in the last patha. We saw that there the person is completely absorbed, and at that point of that absorption from where he cannot come out at all, there is no way to come out, that is the highest stage of jnani. There is atyanta abhava of everything else, there is nothing else, and there is no vritti also possible because he is completely absorbed. It's a Brahma Rupa Samadhi. Now we can have guesswork as to he has a vritti, but then if he has a vritti, that is not the definition of yoga. We are saying that he is in samadhi. Now how can we say that he is in samadhi? Samadhi is yoga chitta vritti nirodha. And Vedanta Shastra, as far as I have seen, there is nothing to negate that samadhi. Samadhi definition we take from yoga. We have no objection to yoga's definition of samadhi. Where we have differences is that yoga by itself can lead to moksha. It cannot, because its conclusion is in Dvaita. If the conclusion is in Dvaita, saying that I went to samadhi, I am one Atma, and there is another person who is going to samadhi, he is another Atma. There are so many jivas who are separate Atmas, and there is a special Purusha who we will call as Ishvara, who has more power than the other Atmas, so to say, and thereby there are multiple Atmas. There is division between Atma, and there is division between Atma and Paramatma. That if that is the understanding with which one goes to samadhi, that yoga samadhi, same samadhi, yoga samadhi, Vedanta samadhi, we need not make any differentiation. That is the vritti shunya stage, where chitta vritti nirodha has happened. Thereby their samadhi and our samadhi is same. There are no two samadhis separately there. Of course, samadhis are different based on savikalpa, nirvikalpa, or samprajnata, samprajnata. But samadhi without vritti, when it is taking place, that is not separate for yogi and for jnani. For in Vedanta jnani, the difference is only in what was your understanding, what was your jnana, or what was your object of yoga, meditation, dhyana. Based on that, the samadhi phala is different. Once the aikya jnana is there, then with that aikya jnana being resolved, there is Brahma Rupa Samadhi, and on that samadhi, Vasana Kshaya takes place. during that samadhi, there is Meghdhara and Vasanakshaya takes place, which is common for others as well. However, when you wake up, you went in samadhi as an ajnani and you come out of the samadhi as an ajnani. Only additional thing is that you have Sukha Swarupa Anubhava of Atma, but Aikya Anubhava is not there for a yogi unless he has Aikya Jnana before he went to samadhi. One who goes into samadhi with this jnana that Atma is one, not separate from Brahma, a jnani, Vedanta jnani, once he goes to that samadhi, he comes out as a jnani. He has anubhava of that Brahmatma, which is one without a second. That is the difference. So we need not have it basically changes nothing, where the technicality changes nothing as to what moksha is. So that's the 404th shloka. 405th is introduced by Bhagavan Vyakhyana by tad upapadeti nahi asti iti, and that idea of mithyatva definition now changing to or graduating to not being there, completely non-existent in all three states. Prapancha not being there in all three states, that is mithyatvam here. नैयस्ति विश्वं परतत्त्वबोधात् सदात्मनि ब्रह्मणि निर्विकल्पे कालत्रयेनाप्यहीरीक्षिते गुणे नैयम्बुबिन्दुर् मृगतृष्णिकायाम्. Using the examples of Rajju Sarpa and the desert water, the mirage water. Adhisthana for the mirage water is the desert. Adhisthana for the Sarpa, Ahihi in this shloka is Sarpa, and Rajju is Guna. So Gune Ahihi. Ahihi on the Guna or Sarpa on the Guna is superimposed. The Adhisthana is Guna or Rajju. Now once you know that the Sarpa is not there, now it is not there. If you inquire into it, you know that it was not there earlier as well. And it cannot be, this Rajju cannot have been Sarpa ever. It can never become Sarpa. This Jada, Rajju, whatever this rope, you understand the features of rope, whatever this rope is, it can never become Rajju. It had never become Rajju the way it is not Rajju now. The mirage water which you cognized earlier as real water, once you know that it is mirage water, it is not water, then that desert will not have that water you cognize ever. It is not there now, it will never be there, and it was never there. So what is that mithyatvam now? It is that which was never existent, which is not existent, which can never become existent. That is this mithyatvam of this prapancha also. So nahi asti vishwam, this vishwa prapancha is not there when paratattva bodhat, once one knows the paratattva as brahma satyam jagan mithya jiyo brahmaiva napara. Sadatmani brahmani nirvikalpe, this vishwa is not there in this sadrupa atma, which is the only existent brahmatma, brahmani nirvikalpe, which cannot have any vikalpa. Vividam kalpyate, that which is imagined multifold manner, that kind of Brahma cannot have this imagined thing, or imagined things cannot be there in that Brahma. Kalatre, in all the three periods of time, it cannot be there. Na api ahihi ikshite gune. Nahi, once the Rajju is seen as Rajju, then Sarpa cannot be there. It is not there, it was not there, and it will not be there. And similarly, nahi ambu, ambu is water, ambu bindu, not even a droplet of water can be there. Mrigatrishnikayam, ikshite, once you see the Mrigatrishnika, you see the mirage water as mirage water. When you see the desert as dry land, you cannot have even a droplet of water in this desert. Samyak jnanam hi vastu siddhi hetuhu. This samyak jnana, knowing clearly without any obstacles, that itself is the cause for vastu siddhi, for knowing the thing, existent thing, as the only existent thing, nothing else existent from other than that vastu. Purvam tu ajnanat bhrantir asa manasaha. Earlier though, before this samyak jnanotpatti, before this knowledge has arisen clearly without any obstacles, what was there? There was a bhranti, there was a delusion of prapancha, manasa. The mind was deluded, and vicharyamane deepakalikayamane tama iva ajnanam nashtamiti siddhat sadatmani nirvikalpe brahmani vishwam nahi asti naivasti ityartah. Now he asti is he is evakararthe. Certainly this Vishwa is not there in Brahma, Nirvikalpa, Sadatma Brahma. Just like once one inquires into the darkness which goes away due to the Suryodaya, similarly the Jnanotpatti will take away this Ajnana. And Ajnana which is completely destroyed, that Ajnana cannot come back, it cannot be there. As long, see, once Suryodaya has taken place, then darkness is gone completely. And can it come back again? As long as Suryodaya is there, it cannot come back. Jnana will never go away. So Jnanotpatti has taken place, Ajnana is nashtam, completely destroyed. How will Ajnana come up again? It cannot come up again. Thereby you know that Nirvikalpe Brahmani Vishwam nahi asti, Ajnana Karya cannot come by. Tatra manam paratattva bodhad iti. The pramana for that is this paratattva bodha. That is the pramana. You have understood Brahma, the highest reality of Brahma as oneself. Parasya brahmana yat tattvam nishprapanchatva rupa yathatmyam shruti bodhitam tasya bodhat anubhavad ityartah. You have had anubhava sakshatkara, aparoksha jnana of this Brahma. The reality of Brahma is what? Nishprapanchatvam. Nishprapanchatva rupa yathatmyam. Its reality, the way it exists, is vastu tantra. We don't have any additional misunderstanding due to our own cognitions, our own ideas, whatever we have studied earlier, or because of all these anubhavas which are contradictory, that cannot change the vastu tantra. You think that this is how it should be. You have some fancies, but then the vastu tantra is what? Knowing the vastu as it is. Even if you want to imagine, maybe you can imagine that seeing the green tree, you force yourself and you confuse yourself saying that I am seeing a red tree. But really what you are seeing is green. That cannot change. What you are seeing is based on the vastu. Similarly, here in this Brahma, which is the only vastu really, what that vastu is, Brahma is, it is Ekameva Advitiya Brahma without the Prapancha in it. Prapancha is imagined. It is an appearance of that Brahma, and that cannot change the way the vastu is. So vastu yathatmya is what? Nishprapanchatva rupa yathatmya. Its reality, yatha bhavati tatha, that is that yathatmya is yatha rupam, that swarupa, atma is swarupa there. The way its swarupa is, in that manner you understand. And what is that? Without any prapancha. Shruti bodhitam, which is taught by Shruti, which is revealed by Shruti, tasya bodhat, having known this Atma, due to this Atma, knowledge of Brahmatma, anubhavad, which is called as anubhava as well, ityarthaha. Nahi yatha pramanam anubhavanantaram samshaya viparyadikam. And once you have had sakshatkar anubhava, you say this is my own anubhava, anubhava siddha, because you are that. You are one which makes all anubhava possible. Once you know this swarupa of yours, that is the anubhava. Yatha pramanam, as per the pramana, once you have had anubhava, that anubhava will not let you have any samshaya or viparyaya. That's why we say sakshatkara will not let you have any other doubts. Otherwise you have not had sakshatkara. As simple as that. What is that anubhava? There is no tapping of separate experience. Every experience is possible due to this. Every knowledge is possible due to this. So you cannot have knowledge of Brahma the way you have knowledge of something, anything. You cannot have the knowledge of Brahma. It is always implied meaning. It is the way that knowledge works is that it will take away ajnana. It is always going to be opposing all the ajnana or ajnana karya. If I consider myself as this, all that has been negated by jnana, by naiti, neti. All, even tattvamasi, aham brahmasmi works with neti prakriya. I am not a Brahma. I am not what I considered myself. I am Brahma means what? There is no specific Brahmatvam being born there. You are already Brahma. So by saying you are Brahma, Shruti is taking away that knowledge. It is giving you that knowledge which will take away your misunderstanding about yourself. Once the misunderstanding is gone, what you remain is Brahma. That cannot, there is no new knowledge about Brahma there. Knowledge about you cannot be born. Knowledge about you that is born is Vrityatmaka. You cannot be born there. Your Swarupa is already there as Brahma. Whatever was misunderstood is taken away. Then what remains is you, which is Vastu, the way you are. That cannot be changed. That need not be changed, which has never changed. Anything that we thought ourselves to be was not real, is not real, will never be real. What you are has never been different from what it really was. Even in the time of misunderstanding, your Swarupa has not changed. So what you remain is the Vastu Tantra. There is the Vastu Brahma. Therefore, Yatha Pramanam Anubhavanantaram Samshaya Viparyadikam. So knowledge of your own self is indirect, and it will take away that direct knowledge that we talk about. That will take away the ajnana. It will work on ajnana. It will not work on you. Your Swarupa, it has no change on. It does not impact your Swarupa. What it impacts is in the mind, whatever is our understanding in the buddhi, that is negated. Misunderstanding is negated. Similarly, anubhava, what is this anubhava? You cannot have anubhava of yourself. The anubhava of yourself is that sukha anubhava that you have will take away. It will also work in the neti manner. It will take away all the vasanas which made you think that you have dukkha. You have this, all the kosha attributes you have. It will take away. There is no difference between jnana and anubhava there. The way jnana works, the same way this anubhava also works, because anubhava is not about is your anubhava per se. It is of that reflected anubhava. It is the anubhava of the reflected anyway, sukha, which is, if you objectify that sukha is your Swarupa, but you cannot objectify your own Swarupa. Therefore, through the vritti you are objectifying, whether it is jnana or anubhava, and thereby it will take away all the misunderstandings and all the wrong anubhava. Saying that, oh, I have had the bad experience, all that will go away by this sukha anubhava. Atha vishvam naiva asti. Then once this doubtless anubhava or aparoksha jnana takes place, Vishwa is not there, is confirmed there. Tatra drishtanta hi yataha kalatrayapi gune rajvam ahihi sarpaha na ikshitaha mrugatakshnikayam marumarichikasu ambu bindurapi na. Just like the sarpa is not there in all the three periods of time on Rajju, and even a droplet of water is never there in a mirage situation. On the desert, it was all imagined. Tadvat purvam ajnanat bhrantya pratipannamapi vastu na saditi bhava. Therefore, whatever was misunderstood before the rise of knowledge, all of that was due to confusion, due to delusion. It was not real. Nabhava vidyate sataha iti gitoktehe vidvad anubhavacha. And why is it not real? Because if it is real, it will never go away. Since it has gone away, it is not real, as per Gita statement. And not only Gita statement, it is vidvad anubhava also. And you being a vidwan there, it is your anubhava that this prapancha was never existent in Atma. Shuktika hi rajatavad avbhasate ekaschandra sadvitiyavad iti इत्यादि लौकिक अनुभवात आरोपित मिथ्यात्वे न विसंवादः he says shuktika, the shell itself shines as silver and one moon appears as multiple when there is some defect of the eye, where there is pressure on the eyeball, and thereby you see multiple moons, but moons are not multiple. One moon appears as multiple. This is an example. This is the shuktika hi rajatavad avbhasate ekaschandra sadvitiyavat is also the statement of Bhagwan Bhashyakara in Adhyasa Bhashya in Brahma Sutra. This is the statement that he makes. Ityadi laukika anubhavat, and the examples are used because this is very well known in the world. Everyone knows this. Anubhava has this experience of the prapancha is experience, but that experience is not real. The sukha anubhava, samadhi anubhava will take away all this other anubhava which was not real. You will know in samadhi, or through analyzing sushupti sukha you will know. Aropita mithyatve na visamvadaha. There is no talk possible. There is no vishesha samvada there about aropita mithyatve. You cannot counter that. This mithyatva, whatever was this appearance of silver of the shell or second moon seen due to the defect of the eye, there is no argument possible there. I know it was real, now it is gone. You cannot make that it was never real. Therefore, there cannot be any discussion about it. It is clear, even for the worldly people it is clear. Atah shrutirapi yatra hi dvaitamiva bhavati taditara itaram pashyati mrutyosya mrutyumapnoti yahi ananeva pashyati iti ivakaranubandhena mithyatvam suchayati. Therefore, Brihadaranyaka Shruti also says iva dvaitam iva bhavati yatra hi dvaitam iva bhavati. So that dvaita which was there in which bhranti kala, ajnana kala, that dvaita was there, that dvaita was dvaitam iva. It was not dvaitam, it was dvaitam iva, like dvaita. It was as though duality, but not really duality. It was like duality, like this Chandra which was seen there as though second moon, as though silver. The shell was seen as though silver was there, as though meaning what? It is not real. Shruti also says dvaitam bhavati. It has not said so. What has been said? Dvaitam iva bhavati. And mrityosya mrityu apnoti. What happens? Nana iva pashyati. One who sees nana iva, as though there is plurality, if one cognizes, then the person goes from mrityu to mrityu, because he continues in samsara. See, continuing in samsara is also iva, because we see nana iva, but the feeling is real. The feeling is real for a person who has ajnana, who has bhranti. One who has bhranti, who knows that it is bhranti, is not bhranta, is not deluded. One who knows that I am deluded is not deluded. So he has the effect continuing, but he is not really going with the effect as real. But one who considers this nana iva as nana, he does not know iva part. He knows only nana. He says, though there is pluralistic world, I have these friends and enemies, I have this family, I have children, I have parents, I am an upasaka, I have this ishtadevata. All of that a person has this samsara. He does not know it is iva, it is mithya. Thereby mrityoho sam mrityumapnoti, mrityosya mrityumapnoti. But iva iti ivakara anubandhena mithyatvam sucheti. Shruti reveals that this prapancha is mithya by using ivakara. We'll stop here at end of 405. We'll take the 406 in the next part. Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharantam Gocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmiham. Any questions? Okay, I'll see you in the next part. Huh? Namaste.